Alright guys, so that'll do it for my reasons for why you should work at an Amazon warehouse. If y'all enjoyed these reasons, let me know by hitting the like button. If we get over 1,000 likes on this video, I'll make a part 2 for you guys. What is up guys, I'm back with another Amazon video, and as you guys just saw, we got over 1,000 likes on that previous video where I gave you guys my top reasons of why I think you should work at an Amazon warehouse. And I just wanted to say, I did not have high expectations to actually hit that number, but you guys surprised me and we actually did it. So thank you all for the support, it means a lot to the channel and I. But more importantly, I'm really happy that a lot of y'all found it useful. And if you haven't watched the video yet, I talked about some of the things that I like the most about working at an Amazon warehouse, including going over employee benefits, so I think it's definitely worth checking out. But yeah, with that being said, in this video, I'm going to give you guys 5 more reasons why I think you guys should work at an Amazon warehouse. Here we go. Reason number 1 for why I think you guys should work at an Amazon warehouse is because, love it or hate it, Amazon is a job and it'll keep you guys from being unemployed. At the time of making this video, it is October 2020, and this year has brought us one of the highest unemployment rates in recent decades simply because of the global pandemic that's going on right now. And yes, I know the unemployment rate is starting to come back down, but with the winter season just around the corner and the virus still around, there's a lot of uncertainties for the upcoming months. So if the virus starts to infect more people as the temperature drops, be ready to see businesses lay off tens of thousands of employees across the country, forcing a lot of people out of their usual jobs and into job searching. And while all of this is going on, Amazon will remain in operation and will not shut down because they're classified as an essential service. So if you've been laid off recently and are looking for a temporary job, or if you think you are in a position to be laid off in the near future if the virus gets worse, just keep in mind that this Amazon job will always be available to you. And this job will allow you to keep the lights on at home and pay the bills. Oh, and also, some of y'all have been commenting saying that you recently graduated college but are having a really difficult time finding a job in your field of study because of this global pandemic. So you've decided to turn towards this Amazon job to keep you occupied while you job search. And I think this is a really smart idea, especially because you can apply to be an area manager immediately because of your college degree. And yeah, at the end of the day, this job is accessible to anyone at any time. So if you're in desperate need of a decent paying job as soon as possible, I think this would be a great option. So moving on to reason number 2, the Amazon warehouses have these vending machines on the work floor that offer the employees free items that will help them do their job. And no, I'm not talking about the chips and soda type of vending machines, although I think that would be pretty cool too. But I'm talking about items such as working gloves, safety vests, Advil, Tylenol, ibuprofen, caffeine, electrolytes, and a couple of other things, all completely free to the employees. All you have to do is scan your ID badge under the vending machine scanner, and then you can choose any of these items 100% free of charge. And you might be wondering if you can take as many items as you want out of the machine, and I'm pretty sure the answer to that is no. Because when I try to get gloves out of the machine to work, the screen tells me how many more pairs of gloves I can get for the rest of the week. And in my case, the screen tells me I can only get 3 pairs of gloves since I work 3 12-hour shifts per week. So their system is pretty smart, and I think it would be the same for the Tylenol, Advil, and the ibuprofen as well. And these machines are scattered all over the warehouse, mainly at the end of the hallways near the stations where the employees work. But yeah, I'm not sure if these vending machines only exist at my location or only at Amazon fulfillment centers in general. So if you guys work at a delivery station or a sortation center or at an Amazon Fresh warehouse, let us know in the comments if you guys have these same employee vending machines available and if there are any different items offered inside of them. Alright, so reason number 3 for why I think you should work at an Amazon warehouse is because you will eventually be able to have the opportunity to switch your role if you don't like your original one. And what I mean by this is that on your first day, you and all the other employees who are also on their first day will all be assigned the same role to start. And I think they assign the position based on whatever the warehouse is in need of at the moment. Because a lot of people get hired to some role and then a lot of people quit over time. So they need more employees to fill these roles when needed. And yeah, it's just a long, never-ending cycle. But say for example, you just started at a fulfillment center and your quote-unquote new batch of employees got assigned to stowing, which is what I got. but you personally don't like putting hundreds of items onto shelves per hour, then after about 3 weeks, you can ask your manager if you can switch to a different position. However, you should keep in mind that you cannot have a terrible stowing rate and then ask to switch to something else, because your manager will see that you aren't even performing well at your current position, so why would they let you start something new and have to take extra time to have to be retrained? In all fairness, it just wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, this is just what I learned one day from talking with my manager, and I'm pretty sure it would be the same at other locations so long as your manager is nice and reasonable like mine. So the fourth reason for why I think you should work at an Amazon warehouse is, believe it or not, the break rooms are pretty nice. And if you guys watched my day in the life working at Amazon video, you would know that I don't really take my breaks inside of the warehouse just because I want to be able to have some time to mentally disconnect from the job. So instead, I walk out of the building and take a break in my car. But I have been inside of the break room before, and I have to say, 1, it's pretty spacious, and 2, inside there are a lot of items available to the employees. They pretty much have everything you could possibly need, from fridges to store your food in, microwaves, sinks, chips and drinks for sale, microwavable meals for sale, and even a couple of TVs to use. My location specifically doesn't have like a ping pong table or like a pool table inside of the break room, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of y'all's did. Another thing that's cool about the break rooms at Amazon is that there isn't just one inside of the entire warehouse. At least for my location, we have one main break room and a few smaller break rooms scattered across the warehouse, which I think was a smart design plan by Amazon. And also, every employee gets a locker with a combination lock to be able to put their stuff into, but the lockers are really small. Maybe like 8 inches wide and 8 inches tall and maybe like 1.5 feet deep. So don't expect to be able to put your coat inside of it. I personally don't even bother using the lockers just because I use my own car. And I'm not sure if this is just at my location, but the employee lockers are connected to the break room, which I think is great. So basically all of your stuff and all of your food are located in the same area. You don't have to make any super long walk across the warehouse just to get to one of them. And yeah, the break rooms are surprisingly top notch, so don't feel like you have to walk to your car for every break like I do. And the fifth and final reason for why I think you should work at an Amazon warehouse is that yes, this job is physical labor, which means you'll be getting into great shape. This job requires you to be standing, turning, bending, pulling, and reaching for hours on hours each shift, so there's going to be a lot of demand on your body. Not to mention the fact that you're going to be doing so much walking inside of the warehouse to get to your station, to walk to the break room, and then to walk back to your station again. I don't use a pedometer, but if I did, I feel like I'd be walking at a minimum several miles each shift. And I'm at a location where the robots bring the shelves to me, so I don't really have to move that much. So for those of y'all out there who have to walk to stow or pick every item, I'm pretty sure y'all are doing something like 10 miles of walking per shift. And yeah, doing all this stuff for 10 to 12 hours adds up to a lot of calories being burnt at the end of the day. So I can almost guarantee that you will lose weight as long as you keep your diet the same as before you started the job. Because this is what happened to me in just my first month working here. I was about 170 pounds before I started the job, and then after the first 3 weeks, I dropped 6 pounds. And for me, I wasn't even trying to lose weight at the time. I was trying to maintain, if not gain, a little bit extra weight because I naturally have a thin frame. But I quickly realized that it was because of the continuous hours of labor that contributed to me unexpectedly losing weight. So yeah, the way I see it, this stuff once you get paid to exercise, and if you aren't already doing this much physical labor each day, then I think it's safe to say that you can expect to lose weight. Alright guys, so that was 5 more reasons for why I think you should work at an Amazon warehouse. There's no like goal this time like in the last video, but if you guys did enjoy these reasons, feel free to hit the like button. It really helps out the channel. And if you guys haven't watched my first 5 reasons, I'll have the link to that video pinned in the comment section below. I think it's definitely worth a watch, especially if you're considering working at Amazon. But yeah, I know before I started working at Amazon, I was really only looking for a few things in a job. And that was to be able to employ me fast, to have decent pay, and to have little to no educational requirements. I didn't really care what I was going to be doing or any sort of benefits that may come with the job. And yeah, Amazon met these 3 criteria, so I went with it, and I can't say I regret that decision. So yeah, like always, if you guys agree or disagree with any of the reasons I talked about in this video, or if you guys have any other reasons you think I should have mentioned, let me know in the comment section below. I read and respond to everything you guys put down there, so feel free to speak your mind. And if you haven't checked out my first 5 reasons yet, you can watch it by clicking here. And if you want to see some of my other Amazon videos, click down here. Some of y'all want to know if I've quit working at Amazon since I'm back at college now, and I'm going to be answering that question for you guys in the next video. So until then, be on the lookout for that upcoming Amazon video coming soon. See you guys.